Currently based in Prague. I teach at the Department of Photography of the Academy of Performing Arts in Prague, and in my research focus mainly on imaging technologies, both scientific and everyday. Here at the Bodleian Library, I'm on a visiting fellowship, focusing specifically on one item, The Pencil of Nature by Henry Fox Talbot, because I intend to publish a new Czech edition of the book. The Pencil of Nature is the first commercially published book illustrated by photographs. It was published in between 1844 and 46 in 6 parts. Here we have some original copies from the Bodleian Library and also a contemporary reproduction. The book's intention was to introduce the possibilities of photography. It presented many different genres of images, from still lifes with objects to architectural views or city views, for example, reproductions of artworks or of pages from old manuscripts. The way these were produced is that each photograph had to be printed individually and then pasted into the pencil by hand. So this makes for a really interesting variety of these originals. One is always different from another.
William Henry Fox Talbot was one of the inventors of photography. Well, he invented the negative from which all manner of positives could be printed. He wanted to demonstrate what was the value of this process, and the best way to do that would be to print something multiple times. The Bodleian is home to the Talbot archive. We have a whole range of materials related to Talbot's life and work. As part of the archive, we collected a lot of objects from Talbot's home, Lecoq Abbey, and many of these objects were included in the original photographs. We have glassware from his famous articles of glass photograph. We have the bust of Patroclus from the Greek myth. Many of the earliest photographs in our collection are very poorly fixed. That means that if they are exposed to natural light, they may continue to develop, they may fade and become, over time, completely unreadable. So we as a library have to take steps to restrict light damage to these works. We keep them in darkness. We try and view them as little as we can. If we do, we would view them under a low UV light, and we digitize them so that they can be made available online so everyone can see them.
There is a small but telling detail that I think can illustrate how radical the idea of illustrating a book with actual photographs was at the time. Talbot included a little notice to the reader saying, "The plates of the present work are impressed by the agency of light alone, without any aid whatever from the artist's pencil." So making sure that people understand that these are not engravings after photographs, but actual photographs pasted into the book. The modern reproductions of the pencil tend to present the book in a rather idealized form. They always try to choose like the best images, the images that were well preserved. While I think it's quite important to also show the failure, the fading, and the fact that this was a publishing experiment that did not really work out that well. And also later on, Talbot moved on into developing a different method of publishing photographs.
So Talbot's original photographs are incredibly rare and valuable, and they've been scattered all over the world. A project that we put in place was to catalogue and photograph all of the surviving photographs by Talbot. They're all now digitized and available on a special website that the Bodleian has put together over the last few years.